yesterday morning was confirmed as a hoax.
Plus, flu season is underway, and we have exactly what to expect if you decide to get your vaccination.
Earlier this week, an Arctic cold front turned Manhattan into a winter wonderland, but warmer temperatures could be on the way. I'll have more on that later in the show.
This is KKSU-LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Molly Hackett.
And I'm Bill Bernard. Later on in the show, we will show you about how locals braved cold temperatures and snow to celebrate Veterans Day.
But first, an update on a hostage call made yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, reports of a hostage situation at a local elementary school were confirmed by the Riley County Police Department. After 1 a.m. on Wednesday, police were dispatched to Lee Elementary with reports of a potential hostage situation inside the school gym. After 6:30 in the morning, police entered the building and determined the threats to be a hoax. USD 383 did not cancel classes on Wednesday, and the police say they believe the person who called in the fake hostage situation is not a resident of Riley County. According to the Crime Data Explorer, Manhattan has a higher crime rate than both Wamego and Junction City. Reporter Laura Keener has more on what to expect from Riley County and what the department is doing to combat the rising crime rate.
A shooting near the district, an apartment complex mostly made up of university students, shook many Manhattan residents. The victim suffered a non-life-threatening gunshot wound, but some are concerned that they might become the next victim of the increasing crime rate.
A lot of us carry around like expensive computers and such, and I mean, not a lot of us are prepared for that stuff getting taken. So like some of us don't take pictures of the VIN codes or anything, or like our cars are all out here. And
Manhattan has a higher crime rate than Wamego and Junction City. In Manhattan, 1 in 37 people will be the victim of property crime, compared to 1 in 52 in Junction City and 1 in 55 in Wamego. In the last month alone, 26 theft crime reports have come into Manhattan, making the city's crime rate 14% higher than national average.
In law enforcement, obviously, you want to try to prevent crime prior to it occurring, but it's difficult to do. So we have a criminal intelligence unit, and basically is what we do is we collect data from years past as well as during the rating year to identify problematic areas that are crime sprees that may or may not occur.
Prevent yourself from theft and burglary by keeping home and auto doors locked. Keep keys with you at all times and consider alarm systems. Also, download the P3 Tip app. The app allows you to communicate anonymously with law enforcement. In Manhattan, this is Laura Keener, Channel 8 News.
Lieutenant Asher encourages the public to report suspicious activity to the Riley County Police Department by alerting them on their webpage or on social media such as Facebook and Twitter. In the event of an emergency, call 911. Next, MHK reporter Rachel Hogan has updates in National Media Trust.
Thanks, Molly. Mass media, we see it every day, but do we really trust it? A September study from Gallup shows Americans' trust in mass media is at 41%. That's down from 45% in 2018, but up from 32% in 2016. Historically, trust in mass media has always been low. In 1997, Gallup found only 53% of Americans trusted mass media a great deal or a fair amount. According to public relations company Edelman, global trust in social media is also at 41%. That distrust may come with a good reason. Social media is a breeding ground for information that isn't always verified and circulated by domestic and foreign users in a battle for a national narrative.
We are being assaulted every single day with information, whether it's truthful information, false information, information amplification.
Social media usage affects many industries, including communications and agriculture. MHK reporter Monica Diaz has more.
Thank Thank you, Rachel. Today I'm here with Britton Rucker, a senior at Kansas State University. Now, Britton, as an ag communications major, how do you use social media in your personal life and your academic life?
Yeah, so right now I think social media is really relevant in the ag world, and you can see on social media that, you know, the perception of agriculture is really changing. So being really present on social media, especially in the ag field, is important now more than ever, and to use it on not only a personal platform, but to also have, to be on a platform as an industry is incredibly important.
Now, you see this in your major. Do you personally trust what you see on social media? Also, how do you make sure what you're posting is reliable?
I think with any social media, I think you have to take it with a grain of salt. You can't always just be totally trustworthy. You have to go to outside sources, especially in agriculture. There are so many misperceptions. So really going to industry experts and having your questions ready is incredibly, incredibly important, especially today.
Okay, well, thank you, Britton, just to kind of see how you use social media in your academics and your personal life. Again, thank you so much. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Monica. We head now to Channel 8 reporter Dawson Wagner, who is live at Lafine Health Center. Dawson?
Thanks, Bill. I'm here at Lafine Health Center with Abby King, the nursing coordinator, and we're going to be talking a little bit about flu shots today. And I'd like to first start off by asking, why is it so important to get a flu shot?
Well, it's so very important to get your flu shot. So to protect yourself against influenza virus and to protect others. You know, children are more susceptible, elderly are more susceptible, and those that are immunocompromised are more susceptible. So it's good to protect yourself and to then protect others also.
That's great. And when should people get their flu shot usually?
So CDC recommends by the end of October, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't still get it now. Reason why they encourage you to get it by the end of October is because we see flu cases even in early October. So we want you to be protected. It takes about 2 weeks after you receive the flu vaccine to actually become totally immune, they say. So if you haven't got your flu vaccine, still get it because we see flu into January, February, and even into May. So it's good to still get your flu vaccine even now. So.
Oh, that's great. And what are some few misconceptions that you've heard about the flu virus before?
Oh, you know, there's quite a few I'm sure people have had. And so one of them is that you get the flu after you receive the flu vaccine. And actually, that's incorrect because the flu vaccine that you receive is inactivated, so there's no way for the actual vaccine to actually give you the flu. So.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Abby, for taking your time to tell us a little about the flu vaccine. We'll be sending it back to you in the studio, Bill.
Thanks, Dawson. Later in the show, we will take a look at Manhattan High School football as they head into the playoffs. And after the break, the Islamic Center held an open house to allow the community to learn more about Muslim culture.
I email my professors, I get an answer. They're participating in the discussion boards. You just feel really connected, and that was a unique experience for me. I'm not new to distance programs. I'm a military wife. Been to 6 different colleges in 4 different states, so I've definitely taken some online classes, and K-State does it very differently. And they pull it off beautifully. I don't know how, but I'm just glad.
H1 minus H2 plus B1 squared minus B2 squared all over 2.
K-State fans, are you ready?
Taken online classes before, but Kansas State.
On our last day.
Despite freezing temperatures, hundreds of Manhattan residents gathered to support those who served at the annual Veterans Day Parade. Channel 8 reporter Dawson Wagner has more.
showing respect towards our veterans here in the Little Apple. People lined the streets of downtown Manhattan Monday to watch the annual Veterans Day Parade, which included the Flint Hills Veteran Coalition, World War II veterans, and even local elementary schools. For one parade goer, remembering his father is why he makes it a priority to support the veterans every year.
He passed away several years ago, but I still come to honor the veterans. Very thankful for their service.
Despite the freezing weather conditions, local Manhattan residents made their way out to Poyntz Avenue to support our local veterans here for the annual Veterans Day Parade.
He served as a guard of prisoners of war in the U.S., and I'm very proud of his service. And of course, he didn't like war at all, but it's a necessary thing for people to serve to protect our country, and I'm very proud of what he did.
With over 10,000 soldiers at Fort Riley and hundreds of veterans that participated in the parade, that's what made this more of the opportunity for parade goers to show their appreciation.
The least we could do is come out and just kind of celebrate one day, you know, and remember them throughout the year for all they do. So.
Yeah, well, great.
One thing is clear though. Despite below freezing temperatures, the importance of honoring those who have served is vital to Manhattan residents. In Manhattan, I'm Dawson Wagner for Channel 8 News.
The community also came together for a chili cook-off fundraiser. The Young Trustees of Manhattan hosted the event, benefiting various nonprofits around Manhattan. Channel 8 reporter Glenn Kinley has the story.
Doug Hoffman has only lived in Manhattan
So we
for
just
about
completely
6
floated
months
the
now,
Oslo.
but he says he is learning very quickly what the community is like through events like the MHK Chili Cook-Off, which was hosted Saturday in Blue Earth Plaza by the Young Trustees of Manhattan.
I think it's cool to come here. You know, I've only been here for a limited amount of time and see that they do things like this in this community. It's great. So.
The event raised money for not one but many nonprofits in Manhattan. It included an interesting spin in which businesses sponsoring the event could choose a nonprofit in the community to benefit. Those who signed up to participate for the event could also choose which nonprofit at least $5 of their $15 fee would go towards.
A lot of businesses in Manhattan, already support nonprofits, and this is just another avenue to do that. And so it's really cool seeing a lot of the teams out here that have the nonprofits and the businesses cooking together. And so it just kind of brings the whole community together.
These participants could also choose to partake in a half-K run or walk before the event. The event had many other activities going on, including axe throwing, children's activities, cornhole, and the K-State football game being shown on the big screen.
Participants can try out 22 different chili recipes and choose their favorite one before the judges themselves gave it their own rating.
It's an awesome time to get nonprofits together, businesses together, promote what we do each day, and then give back to the communities.
For those new to the city, events like this can help to give a little taste of what Manhattan is all about. For Manhattan, I'm Glenn Kinley, Channel 8 News.
Last year, over $15,000 was donated to over 40 different nonprofits from the chili cook-off alone.
The Islamic Center of Manhattan held an open house to allow the community to learn about the Muslim culture. Channel 8 reporter Anna Wu has more.
The Islamic Center Open House was last Sunday. It's designed to let people learn more about Muslim culture. They also provide a prayer library for those in need.
I pray 5 times a day. I get stressed by school and anxiety. Praying will clear my mind, clear my chest, and I'll be and God will be there, and whenever I ask for something, and I can just kind of ask, and that will just clear me from inside and outside.
Some people who are unfamiliar to the Muslim religion and can learn about their prayer. In addition to providing detailed explanations, they also offered many traditional foods.
Muslims occupy pivotal positions in the belief culture of many countries. However, lots of people are still unfamiliar about Muslim cultures. Today, I will bring everyone to learn more about Muslim cultures in the Muslim Student Union.
Visitors could participate in activities to learn more about different parts of the Islamic culture.
I think it's very important to the students to get exposed to the Islamic religion and culture, and know more about the facts behind what we practice and what we believe in, and try to clear up some of the misconceptions that could be associated with different events that happens all over the world.
From Manhattan, I'm Anna Wu for Channel 8 News.
The International Food Festival was held this weekend. This festival gives the opportunity for students to learn about other cultures. This year's International Food Festival was the biggest one yet, as all 200 tickets were sold. There were 8 different countries represented through these dishes, which included appetizers, main courses, desserts, and drinks. International students could represent their home country by making an authentic dish showcasing their culture.
We are making today the butter chicken. It's a tradition of India kind of thing, but it started originally in India. It's pretty famous. It's a lot of different. Basically, the taste comes from the Indian curry, which is the mixture of many spices.
Coming up, K-State celebrated First Generation Day, honoring the struggles and successes of these students.
And after the break, we'll take a look at the upcoming weather for this weekend.
You can actually see it.
Come on, one more.
Oh, it's been like the best adventure of my life. Best, hands down. Don't tell my children I said that, but absolutely the best thing ever. I've had so much fun. I've learned so much, and I think the thing that I love most about this program, the expectations are just like that of a regular full-time program. There's discussions, there's discussion board posts, there's interaction with the instructors, just like you would have if you were on campus. I love it.
The best-kept secret in Manhattan is not a secret anymore. I'm Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Wildcats, and welcome to JP's Sports Grill. With daily chef-inspired specials, a full bar, and a diverse menu that has something for everyone, this place is guaranteed to impress. JP Sports Grill, your new favorite spot.
Welcome back. We now go to weather anchor Angela Sawyer, who has our weekend forecast. Angela?
Thanks, Bill. Looking at our national map, we see a cold front moving at the east coast. Moving closer to the west coast, we see temperatures going into the mid-40s. And over to the west coast, we are seeing temperatures in California about low 60s, and in Arizona, we are at the low 80s, so they're definitely the warm spot. Now, that's where around the nation. Let's check and see what's happening in our neighborhood. In eastern Kansas, we are seeing temperatures in the low 40s in Kansas City and Topeka. Manhattan, we're seeing temperatures in the high 40s. Over to western Kansas, we are seeing temperatures in the low 50s around Colby and Dodge City. Now, taking a look at our 24-hour forecast, we started today at 32 degrees. At lunchtime, we will reach our high about 43. And sunset, we will end the day at 40 degrees. So make sure you hang on to your jacket all day. Now, taking a look at our 5-day forecast, this weekend we will see us steadily getting warmer. Thursday we have 47. Friday we're definitely moving out of that cold front. To Monday, 63, and that's all the time we have for weather this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Next in sports, we will take a look at how K-State football is celebrating the NCAA's 150th anniversary.
And a look at Manhattan High School football team as they move through the playoffs.
furious. Stayed for the lead. Splash! Ball out front, stolen by Jota. He will take it down and stuff it. He stuffs it. For their Big 12 champions, K-State Wildcats.
And education is life itself. This is your time. So go out and make it your own.
Horn from 25. Yes, you gotta be kidding me. Williams streaking to the bucket, scores. Reverse layup, crawls in. Ranky left all alone. You can't do that.
Beard with 2 on the shot clock. Why not? Jason Beard!
All of a sudden, the seas part.
Kansas State with a dominating performance.
High school football is heating up, and we have updates on the upcoming playoffs from sports anchor Bernie Harkins. Bernie?
Last Friday, Manhattan High School hosted Lawrence Free State in the first round of Grade 6A high school football playoffs. The game had a big turnout. Cheryl James, Manhattan High School's financial secretary, said playoff games usually bring in more revenue than ticket sales.
Oh, the ticket sales will be a lot more for a playoff game, especially with Lawrence and Manhattan. We're both really competitive teams. We're both real good teams. I think we have a matching record of 8-1. It's just a big turnout. I think Lawrence has just as many people as Manhattan tonight.
Manhattan High School went on to beat Free State 49-28, qualifying them to advance to the next round. Manhattan High School will travel to Derby to face Derby High School tomorrow at 7 p.m. As for college football, Kansas State is back at home this weekend. They will be celebrating the NCAA's 150th anniversary and honoring a special guest. Reporter Daisy Hagedorn has more on the story.
Saturday, the Kansas State Wildcats go head-to-head against West Virginia. This is the seniors' second-to-last home game, but they'll be going out to the field in a throwback style. K-State Sports released this video showing the white helmet the team used versus Baylor. The PowerCat sticker was taken off and the throwback logo was put on. The change is to celebrate the 150th anniversary of college football. With the 150th anniversary, K-State Superstore is selling vintage Cats logos on t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. Head coach Chris Kleiman says that it's strictly for the 150th anniversary and doesn't plan on keeping the logo.
One of our ways to do it here is just for this game to do a throwback and wear the Cats on the helmet. It's something that I think had been planned for a little while, and I was on board and said, it's not something we're going to do and keep the logo. We're just doing it for this game, and something that I think everything in recruiting and stuff needs to be fresh with guys.
The players are excited for the throwback too. Malik Knowles is hype about the logo and potential changes in the future.
I think it's good because that we'll be the first class to actually go through a lot of new stuff, like a new coaching change, new uniform. So we're just ready to see what else Serb has in stores for us.
The first 3,500 students will be given a mini helmet with a throwback logo on it. During the game, former head coach and K-State legend Bill Snyder will be honored for his years of dedication to the football program. From the Bill Snyder Family Stadium, I'm Daisy Hagedorn, Channel 8 News.
You can celebrate the 150th anniversary with apparel before the game kicks off on Saturday at 2:30. For more information, check out kstatesports.com. That's all we have for sports this week. Back to you, Molly.
Thanks, Bernie.
After the break, I will take a look at the Manhattan music scene, so stay tuned for more on Channel 8 News.
Playing fast and furious. Stayed for the lead. Splash! Ball out front, stolen by Jota. He will take it down and stuff it. He stuffs it. For their Big 12 champions, K-State Wildcats.
and education is life itself. This is your time. So go out and make it your own.
Horn from 25. Yes, you gotta be kidding me. Williams streaking to the bucket, scores. Reverse layup, pulls in. Ranky left all alone. You can't do that.
Beard with 2 on the shot clock. Why not? Jason Beard.
All of a sudden, the seas part.
Kansas State with a dominating performance.
Throughout Manhattan, music can be found daily if you lend an ear. Whether this is at house shows, concert series in Aggieville, or our own radio station, Wildcat 91.9, I sought out to find this Manhattan music scene. Music is alive and well in Manhattan, and there is many sides to the story to hear.
I have a clear understanding of what music does for us as humans. It brings us all together because it has no cultural bounds. Yes, there's different cultural music sounds, but essentially it all comes together at a united front.
Like, I don't know, maybe 3 shows in the past few months, and they're a lot of fun. They're really a lot of fun.
Manhattan is just so welcoming and open, and so when people come in, you know, like, and word of mouth just travels so well here, and it's unlike any other community I've ever lived in.
Whether this is from the musicians themselves, the patrons that attend these events, or even the organizers, managers, and all of the staff that makes it happen, each has an appreciation for the music that Manhattan has, and know that each unique aspect provides a listening experience that can be cherished by many.
There's just a lot more, support. Just, we don't even know a lot of these people, and they were willing to cheer and participate and be a part of the performance.
From the music on the streets to your home, this is Bill Bernard of Channel 8 News. If interested in attending a concert in the community, access MHK Music Scene to find shows awaiting your arrival.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News this week.
See you next week.
This is Channel 8 News.